Hello, third grade. This is Mr. Brenner again, and I am here, as you can see, in my Star Wars shirt because we are still talking about outer space. So take your literacy books and let's open up to page 364. Okay, page 364, we are going to be talking about the vocab. Some of the vocab we're talking about is planet, which is like the Earth, and other planets are Jupiter and Saturn and Mars. A telescope is a tool scientists use to look at things far away, like all of outer space is super far away. Crater is a large bowl-shaped hole in the surface. It's usually formed by something from outer space that flies down and explodes on the Earth. Another one is a speck, which is just a tiny little dot that you can barely see. And perceive is when you notice something or see something. So here we are on page 364 in your source book. You should be opening up to page 364. And we're going to be finding these words in the text and seeing if we could figure out what they mean based on what we just told you, okay? On page 364. The Hubble Space Telescope. That's actually the title of what we're reading here. The Hubble Space Telescope, Our Eyes to the Universe. The Hubble Space Telescope was launched in 1990. This powerful telescope works much like a regular telescope. And remember, a telescope is something that lets you see something far away. So this is a gigantic telescope to see far away. The Hubble telescope orbits high above Earth's atmosphere. It allows us to perceive objects in space more clearly. Remembering, it allows us to notice and watch objects in space more clearly. From Earth, a planet or star appears as a speck in the sky. The Hubble telescope allows us to see up close a crater on a planet's surface or stars billions of light years away. The Hubble has taken pictures of each planet in our solar system. Again, there are a lot of other planets, not just Earth, and we looked at some of those planets before spring break. It may even discover a new planet. And it says here, the Hubble gives us a much closer look at other stars. Other stars are so far away. They look so tiny, but they're actually really huge, just like our sun. So those are the words that we saw. Telescope, we're reading about a telescope that lets us perceive objects more clearly, kind of like my glasses lets me perceive things more clearly. Things that appear like a tiny speck now can seem larger, including a planet. So the other thing we're going to do today in this lesson is jumping ahead to page 371. We're going to be talking about adjectives. Do you remember what adjectives are? Adjectives describe nouns. So for instance, yep, 370. Sorry. So for instance, the Fantastic Five, Astronomy Today, the Fantastic Five, there is a adjective in this title, the 5 planets, and we call them fantastic. That is an adjective. It describes what the 5 is like. The 5 planets are fantastic. Tonight is a special night for sky watchers. Special comes before the word night, so special night for sky watchers. Look up at the sky just after sunset. 5 planets will be visible. These are Mercury, Venus, Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter. You do not need a telescope to see them. A simple sky map can tell you where to find the planets. The short show lasts for about an hour after sunset. Then Mercury drops out of sight. Unfortunately, this was in 2004. There were just recently 3 planets really close to each other not that long ago, a couple weeks ago, but these 5 are not around anymore. Right now, the planets are all on the same side of the sun. They are reflecting light from the sun. They look shiny and beautiful. Again, the planets, we describe them as shiny and beautiful. Those are adjectives. What kind of planets are they? Shiny planets and beautiful. Venus is the brightest planet. What kind of planet? It is the brightest. You could see all 5 planets until early April. This unusual event will not happen again until 2036. So your activity today is going to be talking about these adjectives. How do we talk about these adjectives? They are things that you can do. So here, add the prefix "un" to a word from the box to complete each sentence. When you put "un" in front of something, it means it's the opposite. So unable means you're not able. Unafraid means you're not afraid. And you just have to figure out which words go in each of these, okay, based on what it says. Your teacher maybe can help you read some of these if you can't do it, but I think this should be a good activity for you all. And we'll do more with adjectives and vocabulary tomorrow. Okay, have a good day, everybody.